Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to discuss some few words that at the first glance seem like same in the meaning, but of course they are totally different. There are some big differences, big differences between these words. So if you are going to use them interchangeably, you will not convey the meaning that you require. So, in this new episode of English for Professionals by Sunitushara, we are going to discuss five words: refuse, reject, decline, deny, and refute. So, what are their meanings and how are you going to use them? In what instances it's appropriate to use these words? So, we'll go to the first one: refuse. So, what is the meaning of refuse? Say no to something. I refuse the drink offered by my sister. So, you are offered something, you say no, I don't want. Okay, so you can refuse the drink. She gave me a book, I refuse. Okay, she gave me the book, I refuse. Right? Then choose not to do something. She refused to go to the gym. She can refuse. Okay, you go and ask, are you coming to go to the gym with me? No, she refused. Okay, no. Then I took a paper article. UK house prices keep soaring as buyers refuse to be locked down. Okay, so that is here the meaning is saying no. No, we don't want to be locked down. Refuse to do something. UK houses prices keep soaring as buyers refuse to be locked down. Here they refuse. Refuse means they say no. Okay. Then this one, there is a totally different meaning for refuse as a noun, that is garbage. Okay, that is especially in British English we use refuse as for garbage. Throw away the refuse to the garbage can. Now I think everybody knows what is refuse is, and but still, please understand this properly because now in the next slide I am going to tell the reject and the difference between these two. Now this is another one from a very old newspaper. Cleanliness of colony will be major problem in event of an emergency. Night soil and refuse disposal question. Here the refuse means the garbage. Refuse means the garbage, right? So you can see that is a old English special to the Hong Kong daily press. So they are speaking of a colony. That means that this is a kind of some all maybe at least somewhere between 1930s or 40s. Okay, because after 40s mostly depending on the paper quality and things you can see. And the English night soil. Okay, night soil and refuse, these are some kind of some old fashioned words. Of course refuse we still use for garbage, but night soil is bit old fashioned. Then we will come to what is this reject, formal way of saying refuse. We reject their claims for a reimbursement. Okay, we don't say we refuse their claims for a reimbursement and then my water application was rejected. Here also you can't say my water application was refused. Now, can you see the difference? The difference between refuse is reject is when you refuse something, it is kind of that is your own thinking. I can say refuse is that's your own thinking now, but when it comes to reject, you reject something because you think it is not complete or it is not good or whatever. Understand? When you say refuse, so she gives you a cup of tea, you refuse, but you don't want to assign any reasons for that. This is cold, or this is hot, or this is so sweet, no, whatever. You don't want to give some reason. But when it comes to reject, you reject something thinking that it is not good or not complete. Here, we reject their claims for a reimbursement because you think this claim for reimbursement is either it is not complete or either it is wrong or something like that. My voter application was rejected. You cannot reject a voter application just for nothing. You have to give a reason. It's not complete. You have not paid for that. So you reject. But you can't say refuse. My voter application was refused. That is not very proper. Okay, if somebody says my voter application was refused, then what does that mean? Of course, the first thing is either he has replaced the word rejected with refuse without knowing the difference. That is one thing. Other thing is if they refuse it, so if he says knowing English very well, if he says it was being refused, there may be some other reason. Okay, the refuse because maybe the relevant officer is not there, so they refuse to refuse to take over the application. But there's a difference. Refusing to take over the application and rejecting the application are two different meanings. Okay. And then you think what you reject is not good enough, but you don't need a reason for to refuse something that I already told. The lecturer rejected the student thesis proposal. Okay. So again you replace this reject with refuse. The lecturer refused the student's thesis proposal because he was going home. He was busy. Huh? That was not the time for him to take that proposal. If you say refuse, that is the meaning. The lecturer rejected the student's thesis proposal means no, lecturer thinks there are some problems in this proposal. So it is being rejected. Understand? Now always understand when it comes to refuse, there need not be a reason. When it comes to reject, usually there is a reason for that. Not to agree with something. We reject the belief of dark spirits. Okay, so that means they do not believe in dark spirits. But if you say we refuse the belief of dark spirits, we refuse the belief of dark spirits. It doesn't have any meaning at all. We refuse the belief of dark spirits. No, no, you don't have any meaning. Usually we have to say we reject. Then a machine usually rejects, not refuses to serve. Why? Because a human can refuse because he is a human being and he has his own feelings and whatever, so therefore a human being does not have to give a reason to refuse. But a machine has no feelings, machine has no brain, so if he is going to refuse something there should be a reason. Therefore a machine usually rejects. My credit card was rejected at the ATM. You can't say my credit card was refused at the ATM. No, you can't say, it's wrong. Okay, so since that when we say reject, because usually there should be a reason to reject, a machine is always rejecting. Machine does not usually refuse. That's wrong English if you say so. You can be rejected in a love affair, not refused. Okay, so you can say she rejected me. She rejected my love. Okay, that, because now again think there should be reason, right? The reason may be she doesn't like you. That's the only reason she has. But usually you are rejected in a love affair. So if you say she refused me. So there's a slight difference in the meaning. She refused means so either you are stinky or whatever. Refuse. Don't come near to me. Something like that. So therefore never use refuse for a love affair. You have to say reject. Now here you see some paper article. Crisis talks at number 10 as MPs reject soft Brexit options. So can you see? It is a formal way of saying refusing. And why MPs reject? Because they have their own reasons. Okay. And then deny. To say something is not true. The police denied any involvement in the protest. The police denied any involvement in the protest. That is again refusing the allegation or rejecting the allegation. But the word is deny. To say something is not true. But now understand, when you refuse to reject, you don't need to say that what you refuse to reject is not true. Okay, then now I told you, when you are going to refuse, there need not be any reason. When you reject something, there should be a reason, but the reason may not be that it is false or something. But when it comes to deny, the police denies means they categorically say that it is wrong. The police denied any involvement in the protest. So somebody is telling the police had an involvement in the protest, then the police denies it. Okay, the police denies, saying no, we didn't have any involvement. And then avoid from doing something when they are required to do so. Avoid from doing something when they are required to do so. The prisoner was denied the chance to consult a lawyer. Now you know, here the prisoner wanted to meet a lawyer, maybe regarding his appeal or something, but he was denied the chance to consult a lawyer. Okay, so you avoid from doing something when they are required to do so. Okay, the prisoner was denied the access to the lawyer or the law. Then third one, not to allow something. Now this one you have, I think you have always seen, access is denied. So that means we do not allow something. Okay, but you see that even this word deny, it is having a slightly similar meaning like refuse or reject. But it is not that, not refuse or reject. There is a slight difference. Then you can see that is from an old newspaper. Hotel maids strike for higher wages, deny 200 guest service. Deny 200 guest service. That means they have refused to serve 200 guests. Okay. Now these are the usual meaning of deny. Then decline. That is formally refused to do something. The president declined to comment on his next move. Okay, he has formally refused to comment. Well, now should there be a reason like reject? No, there needed to be a reason. That is a formal refusal. The president declined to comment on his next tweet, next move. Okay, usually go and ask president, sir. So what is your next move? Then he doesn't say anything and then he goes. Then we say the president declined to comment on his next move. Then can you say the president refused to comment on his next move? Yes, also you can. But that is kind of now when it comes to some the higher post like president or say her majesty or whatever, usually we use this word decline because that is somewhat formal. Then you can refuse an invitation using decline. She declined the invitation to attend the ball. Okay, she declined the invitation to attend the ball. That is again something very formal. And then when we say when you refuse a marriage proposal, we always say Sarah declined John's proposal to marry her. That is decline. So but again you can say Sarah refused John's proposal to marry her. That is also okay, but not very proper. Usually we say decline. So that is kind of reject with respect. Decline is reject with respect. There is a totally different meaning for decline. Decrease, reduce, wane. So that is something like total market share of USA has declined in this quarter. That means it has come down. Total market share has come down. That is decline. That's totally different meaning. So it does not it does not be, sorry, it should not be confused with these meanings. This is a different meaning. Like refuse, that you have, for the refuse you have garbage. Of the decline you have a meaning something like reducing. And then this one, the last one, refute. Okay, so here when you refute something, you reject something implying it is false. You reject something implying it is false. The MP refused the allegations of bribery. Okay, here he refused the allegation, and in the same time he decided that the allegations are wrong. He implied that these allegations are wrong. So when you say refute, it has two meanings in it. Just like a suitcase that has two suits. Okay, one is reject, the other one is it is false. The MP refuted the allegations of bribery. So here what they are telling is MP rejected the allegations, and in the same time he implied the allegations are wrong. To say that the statement is not true. Okay, to say that a statement is not true. The officer refuted the claim being drunk at the office. The officer refuted the claim being drunk at the office. So somebody charged him that the officer was drunk at the office. Then the officer refuted. Okay, so that means he is rejecting it. At the same time, he implies that this allegation is wrong. So here there is some saying from Josh Billings. Silence is one of the hardest arguments to refute. Silence is one of the hardest arguments to refute, because uh, you cannot reject the silence, and in the same time when you are silent, nobody can say it is wrong, because you have not said anything. If you said something, then the others could say it's wrong, but when you are silent, you haven't said something, so nobody can say it's wrong. So that is why I say silence is one of the hardest arguments to refute, by Josh Billings. And thank you for watching. Please subscribe for my channel for videos like this, and also do not forget to press the bell icon. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.